while not thinking it was some real interview, because neither the interviewer or the quote unquote Conor Oberst in the thing, it seems like they're real. I did think that was him. I like did think that was him doing that, and I know I'm not alone in that. But it's like I have to tell you, like, it's basically probably my favorite or among my favorite kind of sketch type things on any record I've ever heard, because it's like, is that improv? Is that scripted in some way? Is it some combination of both of them? Like, I know you don't give your memory a lot of credit, but like, what is that?
I remember doing that. He gave us a script, and he's told me they chose me because I could do aloof. I mean, I think, yeah, I do a lot of pausing in my phrasing, and my thoughts are disjointed. That's just how my brain works. And I don't over rehearse things. I think he just thought, well, I don't know who could do me. Todd, you just try it.
I love it.
So I looked at the page, I didn't read the whole thing. And then we did it. It's probably one take. I don't know, maybe there were two, but I don't remember doing more than one. And that was that. So he wrote it all down, basically. I don't think it's exactly word for word. I probably, since I wasn't really reading it, I was just kind of seeing what it was like and doing it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound read. And then there's it's a creative piece of writing, but there's certain parts where like certain stuff you say seems like it catches the person who would presumably have the other side of the script in their hand off guard, like they laugh at it.
So some of the references like babies in bathtubs are not biographical?
Well, I did have a brother who died in a bathtub. Drowned. Actually, I have 5 brothers that died that way. No, I'm serious.
I did think that is a brave move. Like, everybody's trying to be a little brave and a little bit, push themselves when they're making a record. But that one, I was like, wow, okay.
I think it's a brave move because it's like you and how you're perceived as a person. And I wasn't listening to Bright Eyes when Fevers and Mirrors came out, or Where until it popped off. All of your bands popped off a little more in the years that followed that. But the clearly the perception at that like kind of ascendant moment for Saddle Creek and him and everything was like dark, brooding emo boy, and like all that skit is going to do is like reinforce some version of that. And then if you have
fun of that,
and he's making fun of that, but also kind of like, I say this as a thing that I think is actually fun, but like for a period of for let's say a decade of my life, your voice was Conor Oberst's voice for me.
How long have you worked at this station?
Oh, just a few minutes. Now, you mentioned empathy for others. Would you say that is what motivates you to make the music that you make?
No, not really. It's more a need for sympathy. I want people to feel sorry for me. I like to feel the burn of the audience's eyes on me when I'm whispering all my darkest secrets into the microphone.
That you don't come back from the experience of hearing that interview and being like, well, I'm not going out. I'm not the type that's just like on YouTube looking for audio interviews and stuff, which is kind of fucking funny to say as someone recording a podcast, but that was the voice,
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I've been in conversations with people before, and all of a sudden they say, wait a minute, it was you on that. They'll recognize my voice, which is funny, strange.
I think you were well cast in that role because, like, as I talk to you now, like, and I think it's funny for him to come to you and say, like, you're aloof and you have disjointed thoughts and you pause between your sentences. You can be how I'll cast you as this, but you're not putting a lot on to play Conor Oberst in that thing, as you say it.
No, he just must have seen. He must have just been like, how Todd is can be me. That's fine.
Yeah. I think if I don't do it on this time, I'm going to